got such a mess here. Well, sorry if it was weird, man. I don't make things weird. I hope things are working out for your life, though. I'm just still trying to think who that is. Okay, I don't need to know. I mean, you're important, but I just hope things work out for you. Like, the picture tripping you out. Wait till you see my more recent ones. It's just, it's bad. I can't find my ID. I don't know what I did with it. That's really bad. I cannot find my word. Really? Like, what? I gotta keep looking for that. Am I okay? Yeah. I mean, I'm stressed. Right now, I'm pretty relaxed. Still looking for my old ID. I really thought that I put it in save. I don't know what we're done with it. I save all my IDs. Yeah, I don't know where it's at. Sorry, bro. I got a project one. Yeah, this is something I need to wake up in the morning and just start on. I don't have the energy now. I thought I would, but I don't. Sorry. I just look at this box and once I was willing to take it on, but once I started seeing all these screws and shit, like there's a lot of screws here. Come on, man. I'm thinking like I'm gonna do this tomorrow. Just gonna wake up early and get a cup of coffee and go find a day laborer at Home Depot. Uh-huh. It's called Arbitrage. I read it in this book called Serve No Master. Highly recommend it. Unless you like serving masters. Anyway, what do I like to do for fun? Is that a refrigerator? It looks like a safe. It's a safe. A refrigerator is a safe. I was looking for my ID. I was trying to show you guys the different stages of my life. I think somebody asked. And I was looking for my first Nevada driver's license, but I couldn't find it. And I was going to show you the one from 2 years ago compared to now. And what depression does to a person. And man, it's just like I'm ashamed. But yeah, so I'll show you guys. So this is me in took this in I think February of 2019. If you can see this. Happy, right? At least somewhat happy. So that's February of 2019. This was May of this year. That's what depression will do to you. You give up on life. Hate yourself. Hate everybody around you. And then you have no hope. Just don't want to participate anymore. And it's amazing how things can change. This. The fuck, man. It's fucked up, right? So that's what happens when you feel hopeless. You let yourself go, and I'm embarrassed of this driver's license. I need to go take a new picture. It's obviously not top priority, but I look fucked up because I was fucked up, and I was just going through such a hard time, and it felt like they were just making it worse. And I don't want to live like that anymore, man. You know, in 2019, I still had hope. And like I said, this thing has just been drawn out so long that it's hard as each day passes to just keep thinking. It's at this point, it's magical thinking. It's what's known as magical thinking. It's nothing healthy at all. Nothing good is going to come from that. And that's why I'm getting busy, because I just can't live like this anymore. So yeah, don't let yourself go. It's not worth it, man. I'm telling you, I say that so often now. It's not worth it. All kinds of things. It's not worth it. Or I'll say that's worth it. Now that is worth it. Things like that. When I recognize something that is, because I just make too many bad choices, it seems. So, divorce. Oh my gosh! Wow. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I don't know what that's like. I've never been married. I've been in a couple of long-term relationships. I'm in one now, but really, I'm not. I'm alone. I go on exploration trips in the desert with somebody that I call my girlfriend. We're there for each other sometimes, but she walked out on me again tonight. I just want to talk about my problems in life. So I end up here. And it sucks because I'm like, I question her. I'm like, what are we doing? Like, this isn't going to end well. Come on. Like, why are we doing this? And, I could cut it off too. But I told you guys earlier, she's just decided to leave. She was upset, and I feel kind of like in the wrong almost. But I was going to apologize, but I decided not to. As she was walking out the door, she was like laughing at me because I was upset and just wanted to talk and get some questions answered. And I grabbed her by the arm, and I've never, well, that would probably be considered laying hands on somebody, And I grabbed her firmly by the arm and I pulled her back and I looked her in the eyes and I said, if you're laughing at me, you can find a new girlfriend or you can find somebody else. And I don't know what she said, maybe like, okay, or something. And she just walked off. And I never know what to think of it. At this point, I'm just accepting of it. I'm going to go back to doing my thing because she's been doing it the whole time anyways. And I'm not going to let somebody get me down like that. It just doesn't make any sense. It's frustrating, but I don't want to hold anybody back. I'm very transparent. I'm like, hey, if this isn't working, like, let's end this. But sometimes, I don't know. It feels like life is a game to some people. Like your life is a game to them. I guess that's what I mean. But I'm just crazy, right? I look rebellious in the photo. I think I was just pissed, man. Yeah, it sucks, man. Like, people will hold you back. It's like that. And it's sad that it's like that. But like I said, I'm at a point now where I'm like, that person's been seeing people and doing their thing, and I've been loyal, and I haven't messed around with anybody. I haven't seen one guy since my surgery, and it doesn't matter anymore. I need to raise money to try to get fixed, and if I can't raise enough to get fixed, hopefully I can afford to just get a stable life again, because I miss being able to take care of myself. So, because I give myself so many passes on things. I tell myself excuses, but I don't want to believe it. Like I say, I'm disabled because in a way I am, but in a way that's a lie. I'm not completely like handicapped. There are just some things that I don't have the ability to do anymore, or my ability is very limited, or I'm really fucked up and I do have some medical problems that are fucked up, but I don't want to believe that. I don't want to let myself believe that, like my shoulder, as fucked up as it is, it hurts so bad. I don't want to let myself believe that I need surgery, even though I'm trying to lie to myself. That's what the deal is. Because I'm trying to get fixed with other things, and I don't want to be denied for that because they approved my shoulder and they're only going to do one thing or spend so much. And so I'm trying to focus on what's most important and see what comes of that. Who cares if I lose my right arm? That's not the correct way to think. Clearly, my arms are more important. I'm going to use those every day, right? But I'm trying to lie to myself. I got denied for an MRI. What makes me think they're gonna approve me for an expensive surgery? So I think about that, and sometimes I think that maybe just getting back to the work I used to do, as much of it as I could, anyways. I think that might just be enough to settle my mind down. It'll give me a purpose. It'll help me deal with my desires and whatnot. And maybe I'll just be okay because there's so much risk involved going forward. And I don't know if it's worth it or not. I know that I don't make the best decisions because I'm very impulsive. And if I go see that surgeon, he's like, yeah, I can work on you. And I'm going to want to say, okay, let's do it. Even though I know I should shop around. And I don't want to start a fundraiser because I don't like begging. I think I'm going to have to eventually. But I'd rather take donations from like live performances, in person, like, stuff like that. And it doesn't feel right. I was just raised like you don't take things from people, especially money. And I get it now. I got it back then, but life happened and I didn't feel like I had much of a choice, but I was reminded. And I got something that I can offer in exchange, but I don't feel comfortable taking things for free because it gives people leverage over my life. And I can't handle that. I've been there and I need freedom as much as possible, at least. And yeah, that's my situation. Just say, I don't want to, because to me, that's like, the world knows my story. They know I fucked up. But it's hard to just keep admitting it and realizing it and wondering if things are going to work out or not and re-traumatizing myself. And yeah. I'm not going to be in the best headspace on the 18th. I know that. I'm already not. It's like, the 7th? And I'm already so stressed out about going to that office and the people I'm going to see and what I'm going to hear and all that stuff. I expect, I need to go there sober. I understand that. Somebody else mentioned that to me, and I understand the importance of that. But after I get out, I am canceling the day. And canceling the day doesn't happen that often for me, but if something happens, like a really bad event that triggers me, I take the full day's worth of my anxiety medication all at once, and I fall asleep. I put myself in a place where I can't think about it anymore because I can't handle it. And I just have to sedate myself. And this is what led to those problems last year, that led to problems this year, that put me in the hospital almost dead. And I'm scared because it's the same situation. I'm just physically going there this time to see the surgeon and get his opinion. And I don't know if Medicaid's going to approve it or not. I can't afford this. I don't like being teased. And at this point, I have to basically beg Medicaid to have anybody work on me, which is this guy, because they wouldn't approve me for Cleveland Clinic last year. So I'm basically begging them for anybody to fix me, which is there's only one person in the state that does these things, and it's here in Nevada. And I've made some judgments about the surgeon already that I probably shouldn't make. And I hope Medicaid approves it, whatever the case is, but I need to really just sit on it and not jump into it. Not schedule the surgery for like a month from that day or like a week. Like just think, do I really want to try this again because of the things that they've told me? And because I know they've told me that basically in trying to fix things again, I could end up in the same situation or worse than I already am. And I've heard that from both surgeons pretty much. So yeah, like I don't want to hear it again because I might end up on a crazy month-long binge of something and end up in the hospital. I'm not threatening that. I'm just saying I notice patterns in my life and I don't want to go down that path again. Not at all. But we're already there. It's just about how I deal with it this time. Yesterday I took a bunch of duct tape and I went upstairs and I started like taping all those boxes of those nitrous cartridges, and I brought maybe half of them downstairs to throw away. There's like this. I was gonna say hundreds of pounds of them, but definitely hundreds of pounds, maybe 1,000 pounds. I know that sounds like a lot. I think it's just hundreds at this point, but yeah, like I moved my bed yesterday because I'm deep cleaning my house and I found one of those little nitrous things there and I started feeling sick. Like I almost threw up just looking at it. I cannot even stand to look at that shit anymore. It makes me feel sick, like instantly. And I just want it out of my life. Like I said, that was my fuck up last year when I had the conversation with the surgeon about trying to fix things and then getting denied. And I'm really scared this year because I don't know how to handle these things. So that's on my mind. I should get somewhere else. I should probably take my meds. That's what I should probably do. I don't want to fall asleep though. Fuck that. Okay, oh thank you. Good night. Okay. What? What? Should I sell? You tried to reach out. I don't want to sell your stuff. No. Because if it comes down to it, like really, I'm already in the. I really think that just seeing people again would help me cope better because I've never had an experience. And I think that if people are accepting and still have fun, then I would be more okay with my situation. I think, which I'm really not, because I believe, from what they've told me, that whether it can be fixed or not, like as far as functional vaginally, they can definitely, they believe, reverse the ostomy. They think everything should be fine. So that's something that I don't have to have forever. It depends on what the surgeon says, and if I decide to see another one, what they say, and what I decide to act on, and if I'm able to raise the funds, if it comes to that, it's a bunch of things. But it's life. Now I'm working on it. I'll keep you guys updated. And start with the first and deal with it. I'm already getting tired. What the fuck, dude? I should need to sleep. Whatever. No, I regret stopping the YouTube stuff too. I let a few, I wouldn't say bad people, but people with problems, I let them get to me. And it happened the other night. But the thing is, it's always going to happen. And they made it clear with the things they said. It was their intention all along, really, to just get under my skin. And that's something that I'm always trying to deal with. It's, people that don't like me. But I had this thought in my head, like, why me? Like, and why do I seem to attract a lot of these people? And they think that they can trick me. They'll be mean, and then they'll pretend to be somebody else, and then they're all nice. Like I'm not gonna catch on to these things. And I try to tell myself they have their own problems. For some reason, people like to antagonize me because I guess they see me as weak. And when I thought that, the immediate thing that came to my mind was, well, why do they try to trick? Because the thing is, they think they can trick people, and get over on them. Because Val has this issue with me sometimes, and they perceive you as weak. And my question is, then why not somebody that you don't perceive as weak? Why isn't that the case? So I need it. I definitely do. It's hard in me, and finding that area is hard because I went too far to the, I wouldn't say extreme, but became an asshole. I learned how to deal with it in other ways, but it changed me. And somewhere in the last month or so, something in me decided that I can't let this change me because I just became so, I don't know, just so guarded and just so tired of everybody's bullshit and ready to fight anybody that wants to fight me. I don't know what to say. I'm just tired of everybody's bullshit. But, I learned that, like I was saying the other night, part of that's my responsibility too, and learning how to deal with it, learning how to react or not react. And, when these people contact me, I know I have my problems. They have theirs too. I don't understand. I don't know why they do the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde thing. And, they want to be Satan and then the Savior. But I just try to accept it. I try my best. Sometimes it's too much. I'm like, fuck this person. They came in here to get attention, and it's all about me. Sorry to be a dick, but I'm just not having this. But I need those lessons. That's the truth. It's not easy, but I learn. I forget a lot, but I learn. So. I don't see myself as weak. I'm worn out. And I was raised to. My parents would always say, "Treat people how you would like to be treated." And they're big on manners and punishment if you didn't, I guess, use correct manners or and I understand now, but I think some stuff is a bit much. But, fuck, I'm getting so tired. I'm getting so fucking tired. I don't want to be tired, man. I hate when that happens, dude. You know what I'm talking about, and exactly right. Yeah, I know, CBT. I've just given in because I'm not weak. I'm worn out. I'm worn out, and I know these people are always going to be there. And maybe I need it in my life, even though it's not fun sometimes. But I'm worn out. That's it. Like mentally, I'm exhausted. Physically, I'm in a lot of pain when I move my arms. So I can play guitar. And it looks like it's easy to make a judgment that, like, no, you're a liar. You're fine. I'm amazed I'm able to play guitar. That's one of the few things I can do without hurting too much. Yeah, I'm just worn out. That's it. And I'm not weak, but if you want to kick me when I'm down, then I guess go for it if it makes you feel so much better about yourself. I don't know what else to say at this point. I get it from it feels like all sides, but clearly I'm like a magnet for it, so I'm doing something wrong. People love to push my buttons, and it's sad because my parents would always say, and I believe it's true, what goes around comes around, or what comes around goes around. I've heard both sayings over the years, and it's true. It's so true. I've gotten mine so many times. And I still get it, and I still wonder if it's because of things that I've done to others. So yeah, it happens to everybody, unfortunately. But I don't like playing games. I guess some people do. I realized over the years that it's easier to control other people than it is to control yourself and make changes in your own life. But I'm not weak, you know. And I'm not afraid, you know, because I've had so many bad experiences that I'm like basically ready to die at any moment. I'm not suicidal, but what I say is like, I know that feeling when people say, I've lived my life, and I feel shitty saying it like at this point, but I've just been, I've dealt with so many bad experiences that I know what good is now. And at least not everything, at least a lot, but I'm not afraid. You know, I guess if you kill me, you'd probably only be doing me a favor. So, yeah, you know where to find me. I mean, I mean to be so inviting because you're still going to get a fight, but if somebody wants to kill me, you know, I can do it, I guess. But I've learned from somebody trying to break in and having stalkers, and my partner having stalkers. I've learned from people just showing up at my house, you know, before I would give my address away. And it's just life, something that you learn in time how to deal with, I guess. But I'm just like, yeah, whatever. Any time and place, let's do this. So, yeah. I put a big no trespassing sticker on my window outside my front door yesterday. Hopefully that'll keep people away. Because for whatever reason, people love to harass me. They absolutely love to harass me. And I've been sticking up for myself like this past year. And I think if you've seen my videos, there's no audio because they're my security cameras, but you see me. Like I'm hot. I'm ready to throw down. And people don't know who they're fucking with. That's it. And if it's one thing that I've learned in life, and it's one thing I even learned about myself that I did, and that's why they think I'm a bullshitter. I've learned about nice people. You got to watch out for the nice ones, and I guess it goes for every aspect of life. The nice ones, loners, you don't fuck with those people. You just don't. It's like this. I've never been in a fight, but I've got a lot of anger in me. I've got a lot of hate. I've dealt with a lot of bullshit, and I don't think that you want me to take that out on you. So, leave me alone. Don't hurt me and you won't get hurt. Because if you're going to hurt me, we're both getting hurt. And if I die, I'm taking you with me. That's it. I just, I don't care. It's like, I've gotten to a point where I don't care. There's freedom in it. And the government's at your door. You have to answer my questions. Well, I'm not. You can arrest me. Well, I'm not going to do that. Well, get off my property. Fuck off. I don't care if it's a government. I'm just at that point in my life where I pretty much lost everything I cared about, and there's a freedom in that. There's I don't know what the saying is, but some cliche saying, something along those lines, but really there is, and just interesting. Rewriting the rules for your life. That's it. I'm working on dealing with stupid people better. That includes myself. I am a stupid person. I'm very intelligent, but I do stupid things sometimes because my mind isn't always in the right place depending on what's going on. Like my medical stuff. Just wreck my day sometimes. And sometimes I just need to be alone. That's it. And that's it. Guess I'm talking too much, but the people that want to harass me always will. That's fine. I'm getting dead inside, I guess, but not. I'm learning how to deal with it. It killed me inside before. I became a shitty person, but I erased that. You can change. It's easy to change. And yeah, I guess keep at it. But I'm gonna keep improving my life while you hate on me. That's it. And it's not because of you, because you're not worth it. It's because of me, because I am worth it. So, yeah. Anybody that wants my love and support and is kind will get it. That's it. Anybody who wants to be a dick, they're going to get the same in return. So, I guess I'm just an asshole. But I have good intentions in life. I think life is about intent and intentions. And I was just raised to be a pure person, and I see it's got me nowhere. It's been mind fucked so many ways by myself. What are we talking about? We're talking about everything. It's wrong for wanting to die. I didn't say I'm suicidal. I just said I wouldn't mind. Yeah. Like, for example, if if they do try to operate on me again and they can't make it work, just let me bleed out. It would save me so much mental torment. I'm not gonna go harm myself or anybody, but it's just so hard to to deal with. And I was like, yeah, if you can't fix me, just let me bleed out. It sounds good, you know. It sounds sarcastically funny, I guess. But I don't want that. People don't want to die. They just wish that their life was different. That's it. And I'm not the suicidal type. I'm just really depressed. Let me take something for that type. Give me more of it. All about the experience. I am 32. Yeah, I'm 32. I'll be 33 in January. Oh. Okay. It's so quiet in my neighborhood. Getting sleepy, man. So tired. I had 2 bites of a hamburger, a cheeseburger. I wasn't really hungry, but Val came over and she was going to help me with some stuff, but I had a plumber here. I had a couple of sinks that aren't really draining right, and I wanted to have this black toilet that I bought installed. And just had that stuff kind of done, you know. And the guy got here and kind of looked things over and gave me an estimate. And I went to put the toilet in and opened the box, and it was just shattered. It was just like in pieces. And it's not like a white toilet, you know, it's a black one. It's super special. You know, black toilets matter. And I always wanted a black toilet. I can't have a white. I got white ones, man. Anyways, I ordered it directly from Kohler because I was skeptical about having it shipped from Amazon. I thought maybe it's more likely to get damaged. And then I figured I'd probably have problems if it did, because you know how Amazon sellers are. But it's kind of like eBay. But yeah, I'll just call them tomorrow and see if they can ship me out the piece that's not broken, the actual toilet part. And I can't imagine. It'll be funny if they do, but I can't imagine they'll actually pay to have me, you know, print a shipping label to mail it back. Although I'm sure they have some type of deal, but it just seems kind of like it wouldn't make sense. Like, what are they gonna do with these shattered pieces? Like, it's like more of an inconvenience for them. It's like shipping it back so they can throw it away. I think they'd probably rather me throw it away. And honestly, I think I'd rather just have them send me a shipping label so that I can print it out and just ship it back so I don't have to throw it away. That's it. Because it would take up so much space in the garbage can. I can't lift that. I'm weak. I'm not weak. I'm just worn out. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I say that, but it clearly has gotten me somewhere, guys. Because, like I said before, um, It's weird admitting this. Like I'm 30, almost 33, 32 and a half, and I have a wish list. But it's because of people like you and people like random strangers and people with what I call stalker tendencies because I can't handle it all the time. Sometimes there's so much that like I have everything. All this I couldn't do without you guys, without my stepfather. It's all donations. I have lived off of donations since 2012, the end of 2012. When people meet me, for live performances and uh, vocal things, how can I make this sound professional? Okay, uh, donations, right? And doing movies, doing the webcam stuff years ago. There's parts of it I didn't like, but it was probably one of the best things that's ever happened to me. It has given me a life that I would have never been able to dreamed of or achieved by myself. There's no way. I still have no sense of direction. I do, but it's like back into your arms for whatever reason. I like falling asleep. Oh, fuck. That night light? No, I didn't. Like totally carbon fiber wood? No, I do. I can't believe that though, dude. Like, fuck, does that shit? My leg's going to sleep. Fuck. My left leg. Ah, just shake it. This is the toilet that I got. It was $530. This is how it arrived. It's a black toilet. I can't use this. Like, what the fuck? You really think they're gonna want me to ship this back? I'm sorry, the light's not very good, but yeah, I doubt it. They should give it to me for free. Right? I should call them out and be like, you guys owe me a free toilet? Somebody already shit in it. They blew it up. So yeah, that's that. I thought that was gonna get done today, but my plans didn't happen. It's okay, but I am the living, breathing, walking definition of Murphy's Law. Yeah, just I forget about it, but I need to expect it in all aspects of my life on a daily basis. So, this all away. Hey, this is hot. That's good. They did a really shitty job on the backside painting it. It wouldn't be seen, but come on, man. I guess that's acceptable. Like, really? Oh, like, we need to save money. Where can we cut corners? Well, let's not paint the backside of it. Maybe somebody has a toilet just in the center of their room, right? And they want to show off the blackness. Yes. What the fuck? This plus that, like, broken. Like, are you kidding me? I know it's the backside, but like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I want my money back. I'm gonna get it back. And I'm usually not that type of person. It's crazy. It's nuts. Or totally not the public people. Wayne Knight joke on Big Day. Yeah. No bubble wrap, no packing. The top of it had packing in it. It says a lot about their product. You know, I don't want to buy another one I don't want it replaced at this point. I don't think so. But I do want a black toilet. It's so weird. Trust me, guys, if you spent so much time in the bathroom, I know you guys don't see it because I haven't been eating. I don't drink much. I don't move much. But the more I eat, the more I drink, the more I move, the more I go. And I've been starving myself lately trying to lose weight. It's not the best plan, but it works. So, yeah. When you spend a lot of time in some place, you just want to be as comfortable as possible. And I want to upgrade my house so that I just feel more comfortable here. Like I'm working towards bettering my life and things like that. And I'm like, I spend so much time in there. I've been wanting to do this for like 5 years. Like ever since I saw one in somebody's house. That was cool. And I'm like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it now. And I'm going to fix other things along the way. It's just going to take time. How am I feeling? I feel pretty good. Do I still sell sessions? You mean like live performances of my musical abilities and other abilities? Yes, I do, actually. Yeah, I thought about, I've been thinking about this lately. I'm going to be streaming here a lot. I'm going to be making a lot more videos because I've realized that this is kind of like saying, hey, I'm still here. This is where I'm at. I'm still down to, and I'm still fun. And hey, I'm still here. And I'm getting ready to party, or like, how do you say? I'm selling an experience. That's it. And if you can see through a veneer, which I'm going to throw lots of hints out along the way. My YouTube channel is just going to be kind of like an ad, and music is going to be my thing, right? You may not like it. People may not like it, but this is me saying like, hey, here's my story, and this is what I do. And if you want to meet me, then I would be glad to offer you a live performance. You get what I'm saying? So that's it. I'm going to share my life with you as if we are in a relationship or married or whatever, because for some reason people are interested in my life and depend on you guys. I really do like you, but I depend on you too. And I need to make my life kind of like the Truman Show. and I'll be more aware, obviously. I don't know. I've got all kinds of ideas. I just don't know what's going to work out. But I've got ideas and I'm trying to be creative. So here I am. Yeah. I didn't go to Home Depot or Lowe's. The reason for ordering it is because there's a better selection online. I didn't even think about checking Home Depot online. It's only a couple miles, probably like 2 miles from me. But I don't drive. I don't drive that often. I told you guys I'm always on something and I'm responsible as I can be. If I do need to drive, I have to plan my day around not taking my meds, which really isn't the best idea because I need them if I'm going out in public. So it kind of creates problems in itself, but I always try to play it safe so I don't drive. So the internet is my best friend. Between my bathroom issues, like my hijab or whatever you want to call it, I just got things that make it more comfortable for me to live here and take care of things from home. 10 years ago, I'd be driving around everywhere if I needed something. But right now, there's too much risk. For me, if I were to get in an accident, I have medication in my system, even when I'm not feeling it. I know that, and I may feel fine to drive, but that's irrelevant if I get in an accident. And it doesn't matter if I'm okay and I'm doing fine because other people are stupid or they're texting or they're on drugs or all the above. And all it takes is somebody else. And I'm not willing to gamble on the chances of somebody else hitting me because I never know when that's going to happen. I know that I'm fine. With my meds, I know that I could make it to my destination. But if I were to get in an accident and whether it's my fault or somebody else's, there would be things in my system and that would be used against me. And I guess I'm kind of like a child because I don't want that responsibility. And that's why I pay like a Lyft driver if I have to go somewhere, like to a medical appointment, because chances are I'm already in a panic attack. And if I have to take my meds, it's hard. I'm mentally weak or something, but I don't want the responsibility of if something does happen. I know better now. I'm old enough. I used to drink and drive every fucking night. Drink and drive and smoke weed and do whatever. Anything I could get my hands on that would make me feel different. Every night. And I'm not even lying. Every night. All day. Definitely drinking and using drugs, but like drinking and driving every fucking day. And it took years before I'm like, I won't even drive with a gram of pot in my car. Right? I won't. Like it's not something I want to be associated with anymore. I know, I go figure, right? Anyways, but I'm just trying to be as responsible as I can. And for me, it reduces me to feeling like a child a lot of the times. But I know that it's for everybody's benefit. I know that I would be fine to get behind the wheel, but it's not worth it. It's not. I promise you it's not worth it. I've been hit by 2 drunk drivers and I got a pass. I got a pass from whoever controls this universe because I was high and I was fine, but I seemed sober, but I was high. And if I would have been tested, I would have been fucked. And even though it wasn't my fault, I got hit by 2 drunk drivers in my life. 2 out of 2 accidents. It's nuts. But yeah, I've been that person too. I've never hit anybody or anything. I almost lost control of my car one time, but I was just being stupid. I was like 18, whatever. But it's not worth it. And yeah, if I have to reduce myself to feeling like a child or shitty just to do the right thing, and for really, I don't think about other people. I'm very selfish. I think about myself. I think my thoughts are, I worked too hard to end up in prison. That's it. My dad would always say growing up that I was going to end up homeless, in prison, or dead. And obviously, I'm going to end up dead. I haven't been homeless yet. He's probably shocked by that. And the same thing with prison. I've never been arrested, or I've never been in trouble. I hope I don't ever. I try not to do things that get me in trouble. But yeah. Anyways, I don't know what made this come out, but not driving. Yeah, it's fucked up, man. But like with my restricted license, it just sucks, you know. And I don't know how much of that I brought on myself, because I've had, you know, I feel like I shouldn't be talking about this, but this is not the first time I've had those issues. And I don't know how long it's been going on, but like, yeah, I don't want to talk about it, but sometimes I lose consciousness, and I have some type of neurological problem, and it's been going on at least half my life. It started getting really bad in high school. I've never been diagnosed as like, you have a neurological problem. I have a seizure disorder. I have some signs of seizure activity still, they say, but this started around high school. When I think back, you know, even though it could probably be related to drugs, but I wasn't using drugs back then. But I'd have problems with, I think I'm like, I have narcolepsy or something. Always had problems staying awake. It doesn't matter if I'm, you know, eating good or not, or taking this or taking that. The only thing that really got me out of that slump was when they put me on medication for attention deficit disorder. I was diagnosed as the inattentive kind, not the hyperactive. So I was failing 5 out of 6 classes. My GPA was 0.66. This was going on for 2 years. And I was just sleeping on my classes. I had an A in one class as a TA, but everything else I was failing. And so my parents were basically like, my dad was like, you're fucked up in the head. And I was forced into counseling and forced on the medication. They started me on Ritalin. And then they moved me to Concerta, which is like extended release. And yeah, like my life got so much better. So I didn't like the feeling, because I felt so wired. All of a sudden, I went from like the person that didn't do shit in class, the loser, to I'm finished before everybody else. I'm bored. What's next? I didn't know what to do. And my mom wouldn't even let me leave the house until she watched me swallow that pill. And I didn't like it. So what happened was, after high school, I decided, fuck this. I'm not taking this anymore. And I stopped. And I immediately had headaches for like a month. They were just so, it wouldn't leave me alone. And my friend like had been trying to, you know, get me to smoke weed for years. And he's like, I was telling him about what I was going through. He's like, smoke weed, bro. It'll cure you or whatever. And I was just like, okay, fuck it. And he's been trying to, you know, everybody's been trying to get me to smoke weed for years. And it wasn't until after high school that I did it. And it was like this instant addiction. And I've been on and off those meds throughout the years. But yeah, there have been times long time ago. Like I should like I'm just I shouldn't say things, but I've lost consciousness. I lose it all the time. Still to this day, for no reason. And it's happened driving before. It's been a long time that I can say, but it's happened before. And I've woken up like, at a light with people behind me, like, what's going on? Like I need to get out of here. Like it's green. What the fuck am I doing? And I slept throughout all of last year. And it wasn't until this year I got back on my meds. I got back on Adderall. And I've been having problems again, where it's like wearing off and I've been falling asleep. So I supplement with energy drinks, right? So I'll take Adderall and energy drinks to get through the day. Because if not, like I took the Adderall a little bit ago and I could fall asleep now. I had him up my dose the last time we talked earlier this week and decrease my Xanax. So I'm like, yeah, like I want to come off that. That's not helping. I'm getting back to work. I got things to do. I'm having a hard time getting through the day, blah, blah, blah. And I don't know, I have to. Because otherwise I'm just in and out of it all day. I could just be here and then it's like, fuck. It doesn't matter if right now I'm not eating the best. I'm still eating, but I'm really watching my weight. I'm doing this on purpose. But even when I was eating great, I can't figure it out. I've always had problems. And yeah, it sucks. But that's another reason. I want to be responsible. I don't want to get into a car and wonder if it's going to happen. Because that's been my biggest thing. Like driving is I get so tired, and especially trips from like I want to come from California over here, and then coming back from the doctors or camping or whatever. I'm just like I can't stay awake as a passenger. I get plenty of sleep every night. And when I'm driving myself, I'll have to blast the radio, turn the AC on, roll the windows down, all that. It doesn't work. I'm still like nodding off, and I hate it. I can't drive without this. If I'm going on a trip, I take this. Like I say, I plan things. I can't drive without this. It's not a problem. I'm more alert, but if it wasn't for this, I'd be asleep right now. I would still be extremely depressed. I wouldn't be living my life. I wouldn't be looking towards the future. I hate going through these ups and downs. And my problem is I keep telling myself I need to just stick with it. I get to a point where I think I'm fine. Everything's going well. I'm like, I don't need this anymore. And then I stop, and slowly my life falls apart. And then I get back in the cycle again and pick up the pieces, and it's just frustrating. It's just so frustrating, like constantly trying to have the energy to live. So, yeah, I haven't been back to the neurologist. I'm scared, after everything I went through to get my license back, I'm afraid I'm going to lose it again. And if I lose it, that means I'm locked down. I'm stranded in the desert. And I'm a responsible driver. I will only drive when I need to and responsibly, not fucked up. And it just, I need that license. And he wanted to do some 3-day test on me where I wore a helmet and watch things in my sleep, I guess. But I haven't been back because I'm afraid that I'm going to lose my driving privileges. And I can't do that because there's nobody in my life that will take me places. And, It's my independence. It's my freedom. And I'm not I do shady things sometimes. I'm not a criminal, you know. I say that, but you know, I'm classified as that, but I'm not a bad person. I try so hard to be good, and it's just frustrating. Um, Life. I don't know what to say. I'm all fucked up, dude. I try to do things right. But yeah, even now, like it's 9 o'clock. I guess I should be slowing down, but I got stuff to do. I'm tired. I shouldn't be tired, but I'm always tired. It doesn't matter what time of day it is. I've taken this medication and drink Red Bull and just fall asleep. And sometimes I wake up and I feel energized, and other times I wake up and I just still feel very tired. And yeah, so I would say ask Val. I would say just ask Val what it's like driving with me riding in the passenger seat, because she could be talking to me 1 minute and the next one I'm just like out, and then I'm up, and then I'm out, and I don't know what it is or something, you know. As long as I'm staying busy, or I don't know what it is. There's something wrong with me. I'm fine, but the problem is staying awake. So screaming, fuck, dude, I'd use so much energy screaming. So, so high school journey, same, okay. Yeah, it's I don't know what to do, but right now I'm just trying to stick with it because my life has been on a roll for 3 months, and I know it's a mess right now, right? I cleaned out like under my sinks and everything off the like not like shelves, but like the call it the countertop, the bathroom. I had all my medical supplies in there, and just trying to give the guy as much room to work as possible. To put in that new awesome black toilet that's in pieces. I don't know if I should just leave it there and go out tomorrow and look for one around town or what, dude. But I hate being disorganized. I hate it. Like this, like, man, I feel like I shouldn't have opened that box. Because tomorrow I got to get working. And that's fine. In the morning, I'll have more energy, but I'm looking at it right now. And I'm like, fuck. Like, there's a lot to do. And then I'm looking at my mess. And I'm like, damn. I really wanted to get that done today. And that's okay. But yeah, I'm sorry I talked too much. Realized that kind of late. I just put this in my mouth, huh? I like sucking on suckers, you know, like blow pops. Mm. I love blow pops. They're my favorite. Oh, it's watermelon. Is there something you want to talk about? You want to say it with me? Okay, hold on. Hmm. I'm sure you're right. I'm sure you're totally right. I feel better now that I'm more active. Oh, fuck, it hurts. Really? I have to charge you for that. Yeah. Yeah. I've been sitting in this chair for too long in life. But I've been a lot more active lately, and I do feel better. I still have my pain, my shoulder pain, but I try to use my shoulders like as much as I can. I try to stretch and lift things and vacuum. That's probably the one that gets me the most out of my, like, I don't know what you call it. It's probably the one that's working me the best is vacuuming every fucking day. It gets old, but I know it's good. It's good for me. Even though the pain doesn't go away, it helps me keep the movement in my shoulders. So yeah, I realized that you gotta take care of yourself. I took it for granted because I was an athlete for most of my life, and I never once lifted weights to this day. I mean, I lifted like in PE one time, like they put like maybe like 90 pounds on a barbell or whatever. I maybe pulled it up once. That's it. I have no interest in that. But I was a runner, and I ran track and I played soccer. And I'd done it since like, I don't know, like 5 or something. And so I was always in shape. And I'd never been out of shape. So I was always pretty much the best on my teams. I wasn't the fastest, but I was like the second fastest at every event that I went to. It's frustrating because when you're like neck and neck with somebody, and you're always that right there. It's just frustrating. But I was an athlete. I was very athletic. I was very fast, and I don't know, I was in good shape. But then what happened was life. I started working shitty jobs and having girlfriends, and then not caring about life or not understanding that I need to work out just because maybe my body looks okay. And all that work that I put in over the years deteriorated. I was telling Val today, my partner, like about when I went to do conditioning for my first year of soccer in high school. I left. I quit because at that point in my life, I guess I'd let myself go, and I wasn't in shape. So like my freshman year, I decided that I was going to try out for the soccer team, and yeah, I always played forward. I was good at it, good at scoring. I liked it. I was fast, and yeah, I usually didn't have much competition, it seemed. But I remember freshman year, I wanted to try out for the soccer team. And before they had tryouts, I guess it was part of the tryout. Now that I think of it, they had conditioning. And if I'm not mistaken, the way I see it is they're sorting out who's serious about this and who's not, because I wasn't serious enough about it at the time. And I thought that I was in shape, but I apparently let myself go, maybe off season or something, because for that conditioning, I remember we went out and we had to run a mile in under 6 minutes and 30 seconds. After that mile, he put us all up against a chain link fence, and we had to do wall sits for 5 minutes. And he'd go back and forth between us and set his binder on top of our legs and saying that, if it's not supposed to slide off, if it falls and we need to go lower, we're supposed to be level. And man, I remember I was telling Val, like my legs were just like shaking like this, right? I was just so worn out after doing that mile in 6.5 minutes. Like, I'm not long distance. I do like 100, 200. And, but like, I felt I had to. There was no choice. And so you do the mile in under 6 minutes and 30 seconds. And this is where they're weeding people out. And then you do those 5-minute wall sits. And then after those 5-minute wall sits, he has to do lunges where you're like this, with one knee down, the next, like that. And you're like all the way from one end of the football field to the other and then back. And then he had us do some more sprinting around and through cones. And then he started having us do lunges again. And that's when I lost it. I was like, fuck this shit. I'm out of here. And I gave up. And other people didn't give up. Even those chubby kids, who didn't get that mile in 6:30. I get it now. But, even though I was so good, I'd let myself get out of shape and I didn't even know it. But the next year, I was ready. I was ready, just like I'm getting ready now, because I realized my mistake the previous year. It's weird that I'm thinking about this. And I got ready, man. I practiced at the park any chance I could get. I was always running after school. And I went to conditioning and I kicked ass. I did it. It was 2 weeks. 2 weeks of that, like every fucking day. And I did it. And I made the team and I was the best player on the team. And it was actually just really frustrating because I was ending up in another situation I didn't want to be in, where I was being held back because although I got to play, I was only on the JV team and I should have been playing on the varsity team. The problem with that is I'm convinced they kept me there because the team wasn't that good. The team wasn't that good, and I was the best player. And I'm not just saying to be arrogant, I'm just being honest. And I know I should have been on the varsity team. There's no reason I shouldn't have. And that's okay. But the point I'm trying to make is that I shouldn't have let myself go, but I did make a comeback and I kicked ass. And I didn't even play all of the games because I end up getting shin splints. Like muscle separates from the bone, your legs, I guess. And so I'd have to tape my legs and I'd still be out there playing. And I missed like half of the games, but I still managed to score a hat trick almost every fucking game. I ended up getting the county record for goals in the season, and I didn't even play half the season. And I don't know why I didn't do it my junior and senior year. I think it was because of work. I don't know. But the point I'm trying to make is, I failed. And I realized my mistakes. And the next year, I planned better and I prepared myself like I'm doing now. And I didn't fail. I failed the last time I did this, and I'm not going to fail this time. So, I'm trying to take better care of myself, and that includes all aspects. Yeah, not just not being sedentary, because my mental health is important too, and I have to take care of that. I have to exercise my brain and really take more responsibility. So just because you fail once doesn't mean you're going to fail the second time if you're determined. So I'm not going to fail this time. Because if I do, it's going to be worth it. Like, it's going to be such a big failure that I won't even want to show my face on the internet again. And maybe there'll be freedom in that. Just disappearing into the woods or something. So... I know, you guys are awesome. If it wasn't for you talking to me and sending me these emails and nice thing like this makeup desk, this vanity thing they need to put together tomorrow. I'm gonna be sitting at this every day looking at myself. And I'm kind of like one of those people that has a problem with mirrors and addiction because I'm always looking like, oh my gosh, it's like their hair here. Is there like one here like plucking like every day? Like, and I remember my ex-boyfriend saying, I don't know his specific words, but tried to steer me away from looking to the mirror so much. And he said something along the lines of, you, because I'm always talking about what's wrong with me. He said, well, you look into a mirror to see what's wrong with you. That's the point. Stop it. But it's important to look in the mirror too, because you can't be in denial. And this is so important to me to work. To put makeup on and look good, because why not? I'm excited, but it looks overwhelming. It won't be. It's really not. There's way more complicated things with my life. It just takes patience. Thank you. I appreciate it. Hopefully I'll get to see you one day and I will prove to you that I was worth it. Yeah, because right now I feel like I'm trying to convince you guys that I'm worth it. Like, hey, look at me, I'm still here and I'm worth it. And you're worth it because really it is honestly an investment in yourself if you're into that type of thing. But yeah, I don't know. I guess everybody deserves it. I don't, but I'm grateful. I don't know what else to say. Thinking my thoughts. Just looking at it, the picture of it and thinking where I'm gonna put my stuff. Like right here somewhere. I've got so much makeup. I'm just looking at a piece of it first. It's hard when my life is kind of revolved around looking at least halfway decent. Something evolves around my appearance because if not, I don't think anybody would watch me or hang out. So I've learned that over the years. It's important. And yeah, just for yourself. I used to just love putting makeup on and taking care of myself like that, and because I knew I was wanted. I knew that people would appreciate that. I knew that it would make me feel good. So those days are back. Whatever. I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm just like chilling. Okay, whatever. I thought about all kinds of things that I could offer. I thought about offering services as a trip sitter. I don't know if that's a thing or not, but I've had a lot of experiences with substance over the years, and I'm not a doctor, but I think I can supervise and call people, that can help if I need to. Because not everybody wants to do things alone, and even if it's something that I'm not into, or I know how important it is to like one have that experience, but be afraid to do it on your own. Well, that's it. There are people out there that just want somebody that's had experience with things, and I would imagine, at least. It's like, no, you're not gonna die. You'll be all right. Just trust me. I promise. Let me hold you. You're right. Oh God, I got some weird ideas in my head. I thought just like placing an ad for like Odd Job Sienna or something. I would get myself into a bunch of situations that I probably don't want to be in for probably next to nothing. I would assume. I don't know. It seems like I'd be entering an even shadier world because I know nothing about like offering handy people services. Well, I don't want to be a guide for Vegas. Come on, man. The thing is, people come here. They're coming here is for like a vacation because they're a gambling addict. Maybe there's a sporting event or most likely a convention. But I think that's gone out the window. And they're always on one street. 2 streets, okay? Fremont Street and Las Vegas Boulevard. Most tourists don't venture further than that. That's why it's so quiet in my neighborhood. I live 7 miles to the west of the Strip. It's quiet. It's quiet and it's dead and it's boring at times. Sometimes I wish that I lived like in a hotel on the Strip, and doing my thing, because they have rooms like that. They're expensive, but I don't know. I don't know where my life is going to lead me, but there's something wrong with me mentally. I get so much joy, or at least I did, out of just running around, meeting up with whoever, to pay my bills and getting my experiences and just hopping around, having a good time. And I miss the lifestyle. And it's hard because that's why I say there's something wrong with my head. I love little flings. I'm not good at long-term relationships. I'm good for a few days or something, but can offer interesting experience, I know, but I miss the lifestyle of just, I don't know, feeling free or like a teenager and doing what I want and everything's happening, or I just want to go in and just meeting different people from that did all kinds of things, or whatever their story was, if that's not what they really were, or it's just so cool to meet people that are interested or excited to see you. I'm like, I've been in the shadows my whole life and I've been like a loner. Like that person said that they're not here anymore, but somebody came in earlier, knew me from high school. And that's weird to me. And I know who it is now. And, this person, he's a good guy. I definitely remember. And I think that he would say the same about me, because I knew him a little bit better than I knew other people. And I didn't know a lot of people because I was kind of a loner. But this isn't just somebody that I had in the corner of my class, that I would see and never speak to. I would actually speak to this person. I think I had some classes with him, or we shared friends. And it's interesting. It's interesting. This guy's like, yeah, I watch your stuff now, and I like the new you, and it makes me feel good. It makes me feel like weird, but it's cool at the same time. That's the second person that I've known from high school that has been attracted to me. And the other person, nothing really. It was kind of an experience, but I keep my mouth shut. I respect it. I get it. It's cool. I appreciate that somebody can just see past the idea of who I was before and get that image out of their head, because I think that it would be weird for me. If I was attracted to somebody from high school that like this now and wasn't then, but I knew him back then. Just different. I'm glad people let me know because it's cool, but I wonder what people think of me. That's it. I wonder who I was in high school. I wonder I'm curious what this person thought. Like, was it obvious? Like, 'cause I didn't know about me back then, but it's different. No, it's cool. Weird. Yeah, I don't know. And I think that's it too. I don't know if I could live on the strip. It'd be great for work if that stuff does work out for me, which I'm pretty sure it will. Because it's like with the traffic, 20 to 30-minute drive. And there's not a whole lot of places to hang out around the strip because they like charge for parking now and stuff. And I don't gamble. It could turn into a bad habit just waiting around for the phone to ring. So, here, and that weeds out a lot of people because a lot of people never wanted to come this far. And so what happens and what's going to happen again is I get the people that love me. I get the loyal people like you guys. People that don't care if I'm missing parts or if I'm broken or not. They still love me no matter what. And those are the same people that are going to be coming back. The same people that are going to be willing to make that 7-mile trip. Because I can't tell you how many times I've had to, and it's fine, because it's worth it, but go down to the strip and then I'm trying to kill time thinking, or see if I'm going to get any more work or, go home. And then my phone rings. Somebody wants me to go back. And it's like all this unnecessary driving. And it was, of course, I was just Ubering at the time. I'd rarely drive because the same issues. So I don't know. I don't know. Just want to have fun. I want to have fun again. I want to see smiling people and do strange things and be part of that Vegas experience that people aren't supposed to talk about. Because I'm still part of that. Things have changed a little bit, but yeah, that's it. And I think I'm going to go out too. I've already been thinking this. Once I figure out some different type of treatment for my skin that works, where I don't have to use that light every day, which I need to do a treatment tonight. Fuck. Yeah, I'm probably going to at least go back to LA for a visit, here and there. I got to do a light treatment tonight. Let me write this down in front of me so I'll forget. Do light. I'll probably still forget. Treatment. 2000 is the setting for tonight. Excuse me. Okay. Yeah, I know. It's just so hard, man. What's crazy? Shit. Yeah. I have psoriasis. So, like, my skin. Fuck, my shoulder hurts. I'm gonna put this down. I shouldn't be eating candy. I never really do. But I saw these in my cabinet and I was like, oh, I'm gonna eat one. So I have psoriasis. Like my skin usually gets like red. I've had it since I was 19. It runs in my family, but I'm the only one that's gotten it so bad. And it's sometimes it's like one of those things where I beat myself up and I wonder what I did to deserve this, and I apologize so much. I've cried so many tears. I'm kind of dead inside with this issue for the most part, but I've cried so many tears over the years, just wondering what it's like to wake up and have normal skin. Being fucked up in the head because nothing against homeless people, but you see homeless people on the streets that don't wash themselves, don't care of themselves. They're like shooting up in between their toes and their dicks and all kinds of crazy shit, and their skin is fine. But I look like I've got some type of crazy disease. And so I have to do these light treatments, or they have other things now. And a lot's happened since I've been away from having real insurance, getting real good care. I've been with Medicaid for like 4 or 5 years now. It is shit. I used to have Kaiser in California, but they have shots and stuff. I don't know if I'll qualify for that with Medicaid. You see what I'm saying? There's a pattern here because I've had so many problems with Medicaid denying me that I think they do this on purpose. I think they deny you and, they expect you to give up. I think that's what it is. It really feels like that because that's how it is in my life. And I expect them to deny me, and it feels like it's not even worth the hassle. Meanwhile, I don't know the statistics or, what they're telling people, but they probably say we've got great health care and they're helping lots of people. And I can't get the help when I need it. And even at that, I have to pick and choose and then hope and pray that they will approve me. And some of it makes sense and other things don't. Like they'll approve me for physical therapy for 6 weeks because I have extreme shoulder pain, but they'll deny me for the MRI. So you see what I'm saying? And that makes me I've had issues like this in the past with them, but puts me or leaves me in this mindset of like, I'm basically begging them to have reconstructive surgery, and taking any doctor, and this is my last chance, but this is all I can afford, nothing. And basically begging and hoping that they grant it to me. And it's just frustrating. It's like, so, because like I said, I have my shoulder problems right now, and they're like, I can still do most things, but it's like I'm in pain all day long. I don't take any pain things for it. And I feel like I have to pick and choose. Right now, what's most important to me is trying to get reconstructive surgery because I can't afford it. And I have to settle on anything at this point if they're willing to help me. I basically have to, really suck that dick. Like really good. And then what's going to happen is, how the government works. They're going to just leave me hang in with like fake money, or reverse that credit card charge or something. This is like typical scandalous, I'm gonna fuck you over type shit, because that's how it feels. I'm sure it's like that with everybody, but it's not fun. It's hard to stay positive, and that's why I'm like, I complain a lot about my shoulders because I'm not taking any action because they confuse me. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Like, to me, it doesn't make sense. Like, if you do physical therapy, yeah, sure, but we're not going to pay for an MRI of your shoulders to see what's causing this pain. And then, yeah, I can go on and on. But what's most important, reconstructive surgery, if I can get it. And that's why I say, like, my shoulder, who needs arms? Like, like that's not logical thinking, but that's the position that I'm put in. I'm forced to decide what is most important to me. And man, I think I could probably better luck. I don't know what to think. I'm being negative. I'm sorry, guys. I should just take my meds and cancel the rest of the day and fuck off. I just right now is not that time to be productive with my thoughts and thinking about these issues, you know. But they're not gonna go away. My shoulder is fucking killing me right now. Fuck, dude. Yeah. Sorry. I'm sorry I complain so much. I know it gets old. It's like I'm not faking it. I had to tell Val this today too because I know I complain a lot and sorry, but I'm like these issues. This is real. I can't avoid this, and you know like this other issue that I'm dealing with. Like that's real. Like, and I don't know how to deal with these things, and I don't want to just cancel the day all the time. Fuck, my shoulder's killing me, man. Let me see. What am I doing? Stress triggers it. I've never been without it. Yeah, I believe that. Screw you without even playing your heat pad. Help before the tins. I've never tried that. I feel like I have to tinkle because I do. Just thinking. I haven't walked the dog in a long time because I use the excuse of my shoulders. And well, it is a legitimate excuse. It is. She pulls so hard and she's heavy. She probably weighs at least 80 pounds, I would think. She's gained weight. And I can't handle her. I can't. I thought about, and this is dumb. Like I thought about like throwing the leash like through my belt loops, you know, and just hanging around me, but that's a really bad idea. Because of my shoulders, I don't have the strength to control her. And a couple years ago, we were out walking, and mostly her, but we got attacked by a pit bull, and I ended up in the street, like punching this thing, like just to try to get it off. And it just had her like, it was like a shark, like on her neck, just thrashing her around. And I don't have the strength to fight like that anymore. And after the police didn't come out, after, you know, I called the police because it was like the owners were there. It was like this young black girl and some old English guy that she was dating or something. They didn't have the dog on a leash, and it just took off and was ripping my dog apart before I couldn't even react. And nothing happened. You know, I got in a verbal argument after I didn't really beat much out of it. You know, it's a strong dog, but I got it off my dog, and I cursed out the girl, and she was yelling at me, and she's upset at me. And then I got on the phone. I was going to call the police, and she grabbed her boyfriend and the dog and ran across the street. They ran away because they're cowards. You know, I called the police, and they didn't want to come out. They said that my dog was considered property. They said that I could call the animal control, I think it was. And I ended up calling animal control, and they're like, well, we can't do anything about it. We can send somebody to your house to do a report like the next day. I was like I asked the same question to the police dispatcher and, you know, the animal control. Like, what am I supposed to do if this happens again? And they wouldn't give me an answer, but I'm ready. And, you know, if it happens again, that dog is going to be shot or stabbed. That's it. Because Nothing happened to the people that were in the wrong and that attacked me, my dog. They got away with it. That's okay. The police totally support that. They don't want to come out. And so, it's just property. If I kill it, then just property. Not my fucking problem. I'll keep on walking. No, it's like it's all these experiences that have hardened me, and yeah, some of the things it's not the best, but I've had a lot of really shitty experiences in life, and I don't know if it's because I'm just so naive, or it's because people think that I'm prey because I'm nice, because I see the pattern there. I definitely see the pattern, but they don't know the evil side of me. They have no fucking clue. There are, I think, maybe 2 people that know about my evil desires or secrets. And that's the thing. You never know who you're messing with. Anybody. And I understand that all the time when I'm out in public. I understand that those people that we don't like to think about are way more common than people would like to believe. Matter of fact, I'm probably one of them. You're probably one of them. Like somebody was saying to me the other day, oh, they did this. There's a porn house or at the end of my street or something. I'm like, dude, he's like, I see these cars coming all day and night. And I'm like, dude, if you would know half of the shit that is going around you right now, you freak the fuck out. You just could. I don't think most people could handle it. Everybody's got their thing, man. And that's it. And I usually for some reason end up tangled in a bunch of people's bullshit. And it changes me. And I don't know if that's the intent or not. I think it is. They try to do it in a negative way, but I don't see it like that. It feels negative, but everybody needs bad experiences and those hard times to know that nobody is there. Nobody's going to be there for you in all types of situations. And just thinking how naive I used to be. I almost told Val this. When I lived in Bakersfield, I used to go out on walks at 11 o'clock at night, just dressed like this. I just looking at the stars and maybe smoking weed or something, just walking around, maybe within 5 or 6 miles of my house or my apartment. And I was just so naive that even though I was doing cam stuff at the time, I didn't know what I looked like to the rest of the world out there walking on the streets, basically at night. And that's because I was so naive. But every once in a while, I'd have people, I remember this one guy walking, I was on my way back, and this Hispanic kid, I say kid, we were kind of young adults at the time, he's ran into me, and it was late, and he's said something about meth, and he wanted to go back and smoke meth with me. I'm like, no, I'm going home. Right. And this other time I think I was waiting to cross the street at a light, and this dude pulls up. He's got his window down, and he's he's got his dick out, and he got his middle pocket and a hole in his pants. He's like, I don't know what he said, get in or something like that. He was trying to pick me up, and I don't know. I'm so naive. I don't even know what's going on, right? Fuck this guy. I start walking away. And he drives, past me, flips his car around, and comes up to me again. And he's doing the same thing. And I'm like, leave me alone. Seriously, fuck off. And I kept walking, and he did it one more time. And I don't know what I did after that. I think I probably dipped out of there or some weird direction or something. But I didn't know what I was putting myself into. That's it, I guess, because I was so naive. And maybe that's why I fall into these other situations in life. People think that I'm a certain way, maybe to an extent, But I don't know. I just feel like people are playing with fire. They don't really understand who I am. There's like maybe two people, and it's so sad because I can't be honest with everybody. I'm a genuine as it can be, but it's like when it really comes down to life issues, like who can I talk to? Definitely not my parents. I don't really have any friends. Like it's like it's weird, you know. So I'm just tired of the bullshit. I'm doing my own thing, and whatever. People can hate me. They can stalk me. They can do whatever they want because I'm doing whatever I want. But I don't forget. I just learn. That's it. And I'm not gonna be the person I was before because I'm gonna be smarter. I am smarter. I'm just gonna do things differently. So, gentle leader. I don't know what that is. Yeah, you can avoid people. I can't. I can't avoid people. That's it. Yeah. Yeah. It sucked. It's one of those experiences that I need in life. When you realize that there's nobody there, and nobody cares. I've had so many of those in different instances, and that's I would say the theme that's trying to be taught to me for whatever reason is that, and I don't mean to be rude to anybody. It's just more of me trying to get my act together and be motivated. And I tell myself, because I feel like I have these examples time and time again where I'll try to call my mom and she won't answer the phone, or I'll try to call my dad and she won't let me talk to him, or whatever. That when I really need somebody, there's not going to be anybody there to help me, and I need to do things for myself. I can't count on anybody, and and people may have good intentions, but I can't do promises anymore. I don't make deals. That's it. I just changed. I learned from my experiences, and the honor system, like I don't do that anymore because I got burned. Everything's okay now, but it's a good lesson, and cash up front. That's it. You know, strings attached. Besides, after things are done, that's it. I'm just because that's what leads me into problems. Attachment, man. I'm not good with it. Okay. I'll look into it. The rollerblade? Wow, that is pretty tense. It's so 90s. Okay. Yeah, I've also noticed that's a red flag as well. When people say that we're so much alike, or we have so much in common, or things like that. I understand these are red flags now. But I also understand that by me having those bad experiences and understanding these things, I've been not giving people chances and not giving myself chances. Because I've had the bad experiences and I feel like they're going to happen again. And so I'm like, nope, I'm not taking anything from you. I don't want anything. Nope. Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but that doesn't mean anything. I'll end up in the same situation. Feels like that, like, just shutting people down before I give them a chance because of those bad experiences. Thinking that I understand now because I've had those bad experiences. But not everybody's like that. Maybe some people are just still naive and really do have good intentions, like I do and have had. Not always, but really, yeah. I'm not an evil person, but I do have good intentions. I could be fucked up at times, but it's not who I really am. So, yeah, whatever. I'm just sitting here. So I'm sorry. But yeah, I have a problem with that now too. I just block people out by not even giving them a chance because I'm afraid that I see the same scenarios coming on. And that's fucked up, man. I feel like I need to drink more water. I feel weird. But yeah. Oh my god, my house is a wreck. What happened? Well, it didn't look like this yesterday. I'm worn out. That's what happened. Thanks for listening. Yeah, I screwed myself on a lot of things too. But I didn't really. And as much as I've been upset over things, and I'm sure I will be here and there in the future because that's how life is. But really, I'm glad of things now, and life's good. I never stay upset. That's something with me. I tend to get over things pretty quickly. I try to be fair. I try to find my fault in things, and I do a lot of calling people out, or what I call that. But I do call myself out when I realize that I fucked up, because I overextend myself. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, like I'll be done by this date or whatever. I'll be ready. Or because I really think that I will. I'll have this done by that time because I really think that I will. And then, no, something happens and things are put off for a minute, or I'm a little behind, and I had good intentions, but I was wrong. And that's a lie. And those are the lies that I lie. I am done with big lies like I'm seeing somebody else, or I'm stealing money from you, or my lies are based out of good intentions, but I overextend myself, and I'm always able to follow through the way I had expected or intended, but I try, and I'm sorry if I fucked anybody over, but like I keep telling people 2 weeks, but I noticed that I keep saying 2 weeks every day, and that 2 weeks number hasn't changed, even though at least a week has gone by. So that's what I mean. I really think that I can do it in 2 weeks, but all these things keep happening, like the broken toilet today, like, issues with my partner today, this makeup desk I need to put together. There's so much going on that I can't. 2 weeks. Like, there's no fucking way. Anyways, it's possible, but I should relax a bit. So, yes, things happen in time. Yeah. Well, I was thinking about that today too, because, excuse me, I always say like I love you guys, and I guess that's different to everybody. And I was wondering if I'm in the wrong for saying that, if I mislead people, because I don't mean to do that. I'm so grateful that people listen and give advice and do nice things for me. And nobody else seems to care, even if it is for sexual reasons. Like, I love you guys because I don't even know you, but you're there for me and you guys want to see me. And that's why I miss those experiences. I miss those people because I want to see them probably just as bad. Make me feel like I'm not a loser, or like my life isn't that bad, or it's really good. I just used to feel like a rock star or something. I don't know what a rock star feels like, but I felt pretty good before. So, I'm getting so tired, man. I can't even keep my thoughts straight. I guess that's good in a way, but I don't want to go to sleep. Real men don't sleep. Yeah. Sleep is for bitches. I'm not, I don't know, not a loser, but I don't want to fail myself again. So, I feel like I've already taken my meds, and I haven't. Oh, hello, Paul from England. Yeah. The first thing that came to my mind when you said that was from American Psycho, when Patrick Bateman is recording a message on Paul's voicemail, and he's talking about, oh, I'm going to London for a few days. Right? That's where my mind is at. Hasta la vista, baby. Yeah, whatever. Well, thank you for hanging out. I'm sorry there's so much drama here. I felt I need to get on and talk because my partner walked out on me today. Because I talk about my problems and I get in loops and I don't always notice it. But we were out today and I was talking about some stuff that was going on in my life and I was kind of stressed and just talking about it. And she doesn't want to hear it. And I'm trying to just like, I don't know, it feels better to talk about things. I'm that type of person. And she just didn't want to hear it. And I said when I got home, I'd take my meds. You know, because it sucks that you have to drug yourself so that your partner can be happy with you. But it was basically to that point. You know, she was very upset with me. I could feel it. I could see it. She wasn't talking. And I just wanted to talk. And she never, ever, ever wants to talk. And if we do, it's it's stuff that doesn't even matter. It's so shallow, like the weather. And it sucks. You know, so I was walked down today and really nothing new. But I wish that I had somebody to talk to. And that's why I'm here. I'm done paying for therapists because I'm broke. Somebody else has been paying for therapy when I have been doing it, but I basically spent the last of my savings from work on therapy. And I don't know when that ran out. It must have been in like 2016 or 2017. And I think it was in 2017. But I'd still been seeing a therapist since. And it's like, it doesn't help. It's so expensive and it doesn't help. Like I literally, somebody's been helping me out financially, but I don't like that. It feels wrong. I can't afford that. It's too much and it doesn't help. And I don't know what to say. Like, it's really sad that I don't even want to talk about how much money I've given to my former therapist. And because when I think about it, I feel like a tool. I feel so retarded because I felt that by going to therapy and talking about things that are going on in my life that I could get better or get fixed. And I really never got any advice at all. Or wasn't really pushed or motivated. I wasn't challenged. It was just like, I didn't learn anything. I wasted thousands and thousands and thousands and obligated myself even through this whole year by paying in advance because I was so desperate after having my incident in January where I almost died. I thought that if I didn't get help, I thought I needed more. So I doubled down. I thought that I needed more psychiatric help. So I gave this person a lot because I was like, I need to obligate myself. If I don't pay in advance, there's no way that I'm going to keep coming back because I know me. And my mistake, it happened years ago because unfortunately, I think maybe my perception's wrong, but I think they're running a business. And unfortunately, some therapists are predators. And it feels predatory looking back on it because I didn't really get any help in explaining everything in my situation and having her be okay with it and really not getting any help. Like, it was just like this, keep coming back. Yeah, keep coming back. Like, I felt like it's that carrot on the stick trick, that thing, where they lead you to believe that you're getting better and you're really not as mentally ill as you are. Because if they tell you, you're not going to come back. I'm convinced that it was like that. And where she was just downplaying things and not everybody else seems to understand the severity of the situation with everything. And she's just like my mom, encouraging me to this, go about things as normal. And I should be super grateful. I should be so grateful and keep coming back, and I don't know what my turning point was with her, but at some point I realized this year, like, I'm being scammed, and I stopped going. And I didn't realize it, that I was scamming myself, because here's the deal. I immediately, I had an appointment with my psychiatrist not long after that, and he's told me before that they have therapists on site that I could speak to. And I asked him if I could, see one of his therapists. And that was another mistake where I was setting myself up for a lesson. I didn't know it yet. But I went in there for an appointment with this therapist, and she started freaking out because I didn't want to hide my face, because I like breathing oxygen and not looking retarded and being paranoid over things that I can't see. I'm just like, she needs therapy. But anyways, like she's getting up my ass about that and being very impersonal, just clicking away and asking me questions and that are just like right to the source of like, and I'm like, I told her, I said, this feels so mechanical. I just want to talk to somebody. And she's like, well, I need this information. If we're going to go any further. And she's like, you're like, are you going to give me this information? I said, yeah, but I just want to talk to you. Like, this feels so impersonal. And then she said something along the lines of like, well, you can either answer this or leave. And I hadn't even been at 2 minutes. And I just sat there for a second. Maybe 5 seconds went by, and I was just thinking, like, I think I'll leave. I think that I will leave. I realized this lady has some serious psychiatric problems. She was more concerned about herself than she was about helping me. And I called her out instantly when she was wanting me to leave. She was, oh my God, I could tell. I lived long enough. She wanted me gone. And I got that feeling. So I was like, okay, you know what? I think I'm going to leave. And when she was walking me out, I said, I get it. I know you're running a business, but I just need somebody to talk to. And she said something like, oh no, it's not like that, or something along those lines. And then we got to the front. I was walking out, and she told the girls at the receptionist to give me a refund. And I said, and it was like $115 or $125 for the hour. And I said, no, like keep the money. And the lady said, no, give her a refund. And that's when I said, no, I feel like I got my money's worth. And I left because I did. I really feel like I did. That was another turning point in my life where I realized I don't need anybody. I don't need somebody. I don't need to pay somebody to talk to about my problems. Like, they don't care. Like, it's very, very clear to me at this point. And it's a waste. It's a waste. They're not going to help me. I would have been falling into the same trap. But lucky, I was more aware this time. Because I told her, I said, I didn't think things worked out with my last therapist. And I decided that I'm going to run things now, and I don't think she liked that. Because I said that like instantly. Because I think that was a big problem in my therapy before. I would let the therapist guide the session, because I'm thinking that she has my best interest in mind. She's asking me questions to get to the root of my problem, but that's not the case. It's not the case at all. So I get it now, and I don't need to waste thousands of dollars on therapy, because it was $600 a month. That's fucked up. And I was just being taken advantage of by myself. I can't even blame it on others. It's fair too, but for me to not realize it sooner, it's just me taking advantage of myself. For me to think that I'm not getting enough help, my mental problems are getting worse, I must need more help. Here, take my money, please. Like, I'm afraid that I'm gonna lose my life. Please, just take this. Like, I just need help. I want to obligate myself, and feeling like a fool. Because a real therapist would have helped. And I learned it's just a hard lesson. It's a hard lesson. And I'm not doing any more therapy. I don't care if people think I'm fucked up. I'll stay on my medications, but I told my psychiatrist, I'm done talking about my problems. I'm taking action on them now. And I don't know if that's true for everything, but it's definitely true for most of things. So just can't let myself think of me as weak by allowing myself to go see these people that don't help me. That just put me really in an even worse situation. Just like that guy with the Census Bureau. At such a low point in his life that he's willing to take a job for the government, with the government, knowing that he's going to harass other people on a daily basis in order to better his own life. That's a fucked up person, in my opinion. So it's shit like that. I don't bend as easy. I'm just not the same person. Life. I should probably just take my pills and fuck off, right? And just pass out already. I'm having trouble staying organized with my thoughts. I don't even know why I'm on the subject. But that's what happens at night. Or if I'm in a thought loop. But mostly at night. I'm so fucking tired. Wow. Yeah, I'd say like I'm mostly a magnet for it because I had that issue with physical therapy. I went there for 6 weeks. 6 weeks without anything, without playing Halloween. Okay? So, for you to understand, if you hate me, unsubscribe, whatever. But I went 6 weeks without playing Halloween every day. And they never gave me any shit. But, they got this new order. And people are like robots these days. They don't understand how to run a business. And how you run a business when shit like this goes down is like, I didn't see that. How are you doing today? I definitely don't see you not playing Halloween. How are you doing today? That's how you run a business. You just shut the fuck up, And what happened was that bitch, that receptionist, probably in her early 20s, that fat fucker, probably hated her own life so much she could not get over me not playing Halloween. And after this new order came out, people lose their shit. If this was so serious, hazmat suits, right? Anyways, they want to wear their, I don't know what things I can call it, but man, they want to smother you to death too. They're like evil. It's a cult. It's a new religion, and people really think it saved their lives, and they want to impose it on everybody else. And you're evil if you don't, and they don't care about if you have a medical condition that relies on you not having restricted breathing. It's hypoxia that has led to my problems in the past. They don't care, and they lost me for another 6 weeks. I just gotten approved for Medicaid, and I signed in, it wasn't a problem, and then she started making it a problem, and then my physical therapist pulled me back, and I told her this bitch is harassing me, and she didn't make a big deal about it. But then that bitch from the front came up and she's like, I need to make a copy of your medical paperwork. And I was like, no. I said, I don't know what you're going to do with that. She said, well, we're just going to keep it on our file. I said, well, where's the file at? I said, is it on the internet? Is it in another country? I don't know these things. I don't know what you're doing with it. I said, I'll show you this paper that shows I have seizure disorder, but I'm not going to let you make a copy of it. This is very private to me. I signed something with them when I first started, before I even had my first session. And I directly spoke to them about this. I did not want my medical information shared amongst anybody. I made a big deal about it. And it's just, people are just like robots. They're like, cannot compute. I don't know what to do. I'm so fucking retarded. Put it on. Put it on. Put it on. Put it on. Error. 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 Put it on. Put it on. Put it on. Like, they don't get it. They don't get it. There's no other option. Like, these people today are just so fucking retarded. Like, and it's sad. And I said this from the beginning. These people that are playing Halloween, they're gonna playing Halloween and stab me with whatever unknown liquid. Any stranger, please save my life. Can you really think about it? It's so fucked up, and they ruin it for the rest of us, man. I don't know what else to say. It's a touchy subject because YouTube, but they worship this stuff. They don't take anything else seriously. It's about control, and it's sad. It is sad that people are so fucked up and mindless, and it leaves me saying, I've lived my life. I am just absolutely appalled at how stupid people are. Like I was saying at the beginning, I knew where this is going. I still see it because I've read books on these tactics that are being used against us. And people are going to believe that what they've done and been told has really saved them. And that's what the only reason that they're alive. They're going to believe in the underwear on the face thing, and that it's really like their savior, their God. They're already worshiping it and detesting anybody that speaks out against it. You must not, or you will be canceled from life. And it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. They're so convinced that it has really saved their lives, when really, where are the dog piles all around? Where are the bodies burning because we don't know how to get rid of them? There's so many. Like where is everybody? Like, just cars crashing and piling up because this is so overwhelming. It's just not happening. That's it. But we can't talk about that. I'm gonna play Halloween every day, I guess. And it's sad because it's a split with my viewers too. And this is a big reason I didn't stream last year either, because I knew I'd be making waves. I know with the real people that really love me and that are sensible, they're older, most that hold my viewpoints. But even that has a rate of diminishing returns on it, because after you get to a certain age, you're no longer a benefit to this mindset. They start regressing back into this very detrimental mindset that fucks with everybody's lives. And so really, it's the generations in front of me, like the older ones, and the ones behind me, the younger ones, that are ruining it for everybody. Because the younger ones don't have the life experience to realize they're being fucked over, and they really think that people have their best interests in mind. And the older ones have probably forgotten about it, or everything worked out in their life because maybe they played the game and just were on their knees the whole time and didn't know any better and really missed out on their life. And they swear that's the best way to live. And so I'm caught in between two generations that really want the worst for people that have my mindset's future. And it's a crumbling world where I sadly feel confidence in saying that I've lived my life. And it's sad, but I have lived my life. I don't see things getting any better. And I can't even buy a vacuum cleaner from the grocery store without getting carded. I can't buy a memory card without getting carded. They got to take a picture of my ID for everything. I have to do facial recognition for everything. And it just, it never ends. How many laws have been taken back that have been written in? No, they just write more and more and more and more and more. And we're not free. People tell you that you're free. You should probably question things. When people have to try to convince you of something, you should probably question it, but people don't. They don't for some reason. I don't understand. I don't get it. I feel like I'm living in a nightmare all alone. I feel like I'm exploring space and I've crash landed on another planet and I'm all alone. I feel so alone in my thinking and I feel so silenced. And if I say the wrong words, I'm going to get canceled. And it's scary because the internet is everybody's life. You can't live a life without the internet. And it's only a matter of time where they cancel you from websites now, but what happens when they start erasing what's already out there? What happens when they start deleting you from the internet and you're not even allowed to be on the internet anymore? Nobody knows you exist. You can't have a bank account. You can't make purchases. You can't drive. You can't do shit because you said the wrong thing and the Fuhrer doesn't like it. Because that's where we're at. We're so fucking close to that. It is unbelievable. And people are like, yes, please give me more. When do I get my butt plug? When? I need it now. I'm losing my shit. It's going to crawl up there and get me. I'm so important. Give it to me now. I need like 10 of them. They told me I need it. It's going to save my life. Double, triple, put them in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, guys. Like, really? Man. Yeah, I joke with myself. I like myself. That's a really good one because I might have multiple personalities, but I like to use a lot of wordplay. Like, I'm a human genius, right? Or I say stupid shit like that. That most people, I just assume most people probably don't understand. They're like, I don't get it. Like, but I use a lot of wordplay in my life just to myself. I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but yeah. Culling is something that I use a lot. I can't think of it as, like, I don't know why, but like I developed a tick where I talk about gay farts a lot, and that just branches out into all kinds of things. And one of them was gay fart cullings. Things that only make sense to me. That, like I tell you guys, or I've told you, I'm not crazy. Just because of all the stress in my life, I dissociate by playing games in my head. That's it. I pretend to be other people, but I don't really believe that I'm other people. I just have to entertain myself in order to not think about the bad thoughts, like me, like my situation. That's it. So I joke around. Like, I don't know where I came up with the gay farts, but I thought it was funny because I don't know why, but it became a problem. And I just entertain myself. That's it. So I'm glad that you have fun with words too. It'll be over someday. I think that's what they said. For it to be mandatory, no. It's I'm preparing. I expect that. It's a psychological technique. I learned about it in this book called The Psychology of Persuasion. Let me go get these books. They might help you out. And then I'm gonna take a tinkle too. So wait, I'm gonna tinkle first, and then I'll grab the books, because if you're interested in like learning and bettering your life, these are things that are really cool, I think. So anyways, I'm gonna do my thing. You're back. Well, I have a feeling the whole family's going down. Believing, yeah. I know these people, man. Haven't gotten too far in this book. And I almost feel like it's irrelevant after reading the last book that I read. But this is what everybody is saying. Thought it was interesting. Didn't get too far into it because I don't know. I'd have a tendency to start things and never finish them, or I'll read through it and then I'll read through it again. Like there's a couple books I've gone through twice. I flipped through this. I read up to 24 pages, so not that far. But I would say that this book is almost irrelevant after reading this one. But that's not the case. That's not always the case. So I think this is one of the last ones I read. And I'm curious because I want to know about myself and other people that won't answer my questions. And I've learned a lot that I didn't know. And there's also a lot that I learned that I already knew about myself. But to me, books like this are important. They give me a lot of clarity on life. And I'm always trying to better myself. I don't read fiction books. I'm just not into that. I'm always trying to learn. So this is worth a read. I think this is good. You'll find that you read, hold on, about 230 pages to realize that everything you thought you knew about people, probably wrong. Yeah. So, but there's other things to look out for. It's, so there's, anyways, it's a good book. I don't want to give it all away. But that's why I'm unsure of this. I haven't read too far into this, but I know it's good. I can read body language without even needing to read this book, but it helps because there are some things that I didn't notice. There are things I think are probably overkill just for filler, but just the title of this book makes me think that after reading this, it's almost irrelevant, but that's not the case because it's still relevant to the situation. There are multiple things that you look out for. So I'm not an idiot. You can think that I'm an idiot. You can play me for an idiot. I'm just nice and I give people passes. That's it. I'm not that stupid. And I don't only do this for other people. I do it for myself, really mostly for myself because I want to know what's going on with me. And one of the books that is pretty good is kind of like that. I would say this one because I have this problem. It's called the Human Magnet Syndrome. It's Why We Love People Who Hurt Us. It talks about narcissistic personality disorder and the spectrum and how we end up with people that are pretty much opposite of ourselves. And one person will be a positive side of the spectrum, have good traits, but they're going to be equally matched with somebody on the negative side of that spectrum. And it's, I totally see this in my life. And I read stuff like this to better understand. I realize I'm pretty grateful for the people that have stuck around in my life. I don't mean to interrogate them or give them a hard time, but I'm just always trying to figure myself out. And if this is the best situation and if I'm the narcissist or if it's the other person, but the truth is it goes back and forth. That's just how it is with everybody. And there are so many psychology terms these days. And with everything going on in the world, I feel like, and how mainstream the whole narcissist thing is, because everybody knows about it and talks about it. I almost feel like with everything going on in the world that this is part of the big plan, just to keep everybody separated and wondering and I guess resentful of other people because I think that they're the narcissist. And the other person thinks that person's a narcissist. It's just, I think there's so much of this these days, but this is just kind of about unhealthy relationships in general and why you fall into these things. You need to work on yourself. And that's why I'm always trying to work on myself. So I don't think I read this one yet. There, it doesn't look red. The new way to end anxiety and stop panic attacks. Is that I like to read. I'm just not right now. I'm like, Sienna, you gotta get your life together and work. You don't have time to learn fun things. These are important, but this isn't important to me right now. You know what I'm saying? So I haven't read this one. I have way more books than this, but somebody got me this one, the A to Z Encyclopedia of Serial Killers, and I haven't read it. Surprise, but I don't know. I'm into that. I'm into like true crime, serial killers, and from the looks of things, I don't expect to be too surprised. I could probably name all these people. Yeah, that's John Wayne Gacy. That's Charles Manson. That's Jeffrey Dahmer. That's Ed Gein, and that is the son of Sam. Forgot his name. Like, I probably have an unhealthy obsession with like, true crime and serial killers and stuff. And this is definitely right in my alley. Definitely, but it's not important right now. So this is like sometimes just shelved. This one, I don't know if I read through it or not. Probably like flipped through it, but I'm only like a quarter, 36 pages into it. I've seen a lot of good stuff about this. I've read further than this, clearly, but this is one of those that I've reread. I can tell because of the pages in it. But sometimes I forget, or like I'll retain one piece of knowledge and I forget the rest. And then I remember hearing something about this, like I feel like I'm in a scenario or whatever, and I'll remember something about that I read in a book, and I'll pick that book up, and I'll show you a good one in a minute. But I've read through this. I just don't remember much about it, but I've heard lots of good things about it. I'm sure it's good. It gives a lot of examples of things from what I remember. This is one of those rereads. I almost got halfway through it, almost playing halfway. But I probably read this in a day. Look at this. It's an easy read. But so this is something that I'll reread sometimes because I get so into books. I have addiction to everything. I can get addicted to it, of anything. I guess that's more appropriate. So like I could pick up a book and wow, this is really good. Like, okay, wow, like just keep going and going and going. And I could read a book in a day, sometimes like, but I don't retain as much. I get too excited. The Four Agreements. I think this is the book of like promises to yourself, if I remember correctly. I've read it more than once, but clearly I don't get it. And I think it's like obvious on the front. Somebody told me about this when I was like trying to do rehab stuff. They're like, you need that book. You need that book. So the Four Agreements, what is this? It has something to do with like AA or something. The first agreement, be impeccable with your word. The second agreement, don't take anything personally. I should probably reread this. The third agreement, don't make assumptions. The fourth agreement, always do your best. Actually, I'll probably reread this. This is a short read, 140 pages. It's actually got my attention. Okay, this is the last book that I read. This is like the biggest read that I've had in a long time, and it took me 4 days. I read this book in 4 days. 406 pages. I bought it a long time ago. It's kind of self-explanatory, but I learned a lot. And it's one of those things, there's so much information. There's a lot of filler and bullshit and the guy blowing himself up. Of course, you got to do that when you're writing one of those self-help books. But there's a lot of good knowledge in here that I never thought of before, such as the biggest thing that sticks with me is to try many things and not everything is a failure. And I don't know if this is true. I didn't go digging around, but it says in the book that 8 out of 10 businesses fail. So start 10. 2 of them are bound to succeed. And then you go from there. And so try 10 different things. It doesn't have to be 10, but I was just thinking, like, I've got a lot of different ideas, and really just came from this. Just thinking, and right now I'm just playing catch up. But I've got the tools, like somebody said. My favorite book, and it's probably the most basic for anybody, but this one is called The Psychology of Persuasion. And this is, I've read through this twice, and I could read through it again. It's about 280 pages or so. But it's got like all these little, I'd say like tricks, but like tricks that I didn't know of before, and things that are going on now in the world. And I called it before it even really kicked off because I read this book and I understood the principles that were being applied. And I've been screaming at people, read this book. And it's a long game that they're playing right now. And you give in. I don't want to. They make it to where you don't have a choice. At first, they give you a little bit of freedom and make you think that you do. It'll be taken back really fast. And it's like if you get an inch, they take a mile type of thing. And I think I don't know if I should just, it's one of those things you should just read this book yourself. I don't think I can explain it in detail, but there's things that are in this book that are happening right now, and I was able to call it on day one. And I feel very confident calling it for the future, but I'm not even allowed to speak of it because probably right. And if I'm wrong, I will say, man, I was wrong. But I can't even speak about it. Why? That's my question. It's because I'm right. I'm an empath. I guess it would be considered like intuitive. And I've ignored that feeling for so long, but this is one of my best traits. And people think a lot of times people think they're getting one over on me, but I know what, like I said, I give them a pass. I know what's going on. I'm not always retarded. I can't see it all the time, but most of the time, yes. And I just have ignored it. And that's what has made those people feel powerful. And I've been learning these last few months just not ignore it anymore. I'm tired of it, and I'm really ashamed of people and the links that things have gotten to just so willingly, and I mock them every day. It's we're not going down a good path, and it scares me. And everybody else is just like too busy with anything else, and that's the point. Look over there. Look what that guy's doing. Definitely don't look over here. I'm not doing anything bad. Just do what I say. And don't look over here. And keep that thing on your head. Happy Halloween. Like anybody that really believes like something like that is saving their life. If this is like this really crazy like flesh-eating zombie thing, like It's I know to walk away from them instantly. I know to walk away from them instantly. I can't make a logical argument with them. They can't reason. And I don't know what to say. My mind's all over the place because I'm getting tired, but the thought of all this is just frustrating because I understand how it ends thanks to this book. I understand that something called the illusion of choice, and that's what's going on right now. I would say that's probably the biggest thing. And you let them. It's like if you give a mouse a cookie type thing. Like I say, they're always making new laws and adding them, but they never take them back. And they have to convince you of things like you're free and this and that. You should probably question that. And I don't know, I'm scared. I'm scared because I don't like how things are going, and people don't understand. And the principles that are described here are things that are being used against us, and nobody cares. And I can't do anything on my own. Like I'm dancing with the devil here, just being real. If I ever get deleted, keep looking for me. Look for me anywhere. Because I'm afraid of that. So I've been censored. YouTube has warned me they'll terminate my account if I speak about it again. So I try to be creative. I'm not really on other social media, so if anything happens, to spread the word that I'll be on. Look for me on other social media, because I think that I'm going to be an important voice in this. I feel, because I am going to fight this until they make it a felony and put me in prison. And they're not going to be in prison because they'll be putting bullets in me first. And like I said, I've lived my life. It's so sad what the world is coming to. When people can reason with themselves that it's okay to get stabbed with some unknown liquid because they think it's going to save their lives, and wear the same material as underwear on their face, and that it's constantly changing, then we're doomed. And they're already sold. It's already changed so many times, right? And I'm not sold, but those people are, unfortunately, the majority, because social media and them just being on drugs and retarded. And because of that, they'll believe that it is changed always, forever. And it's not going to get any better. We're forced for life at this point, at somebody else's will. We've been slaves before, but the slavery is getting worse. People don't understand it. They beg for it. They're fucking begging for it. It is insane. It's so stressful to me because it's not a world I want to live in. It's a very dystopian future, and it's not even 10 years out. And I say that because if I can be censored for just posting anything on YouTube and not being a problem, like really, you guys have seen some of the stuff I posted over the years, the words I say, shit I talk about, and then I just talk about experience where I don't play Halloween and I'm not playing around with their enforcement games, and they censor me. And it's just scary because I don't have any other platforms, guys. I've been gone for 4 years. I've been going for